You are now listening to For All Nerds Show, a podcast about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. For All Nerds is hosted by DJ Ben Amin and Tatiana Keene Jones. For All Nerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
For All Nerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/forallnerds.
Welcome to the Fan Bros, the show where the bros are fans. Doodle.
And what's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the For All Nerds Show. The voice of the Urban Geek, the podcast where we discuss geek culture from the perspective of people of color. And as always, sitting in the captain's chair, it's your boy DJ Ben Amin, a.k.a. the Ghost in the Shell Toe, a.k.a. Chris Ragnarok, a.k.a. Radiator One, a.k.a. Arsenio Holodeck, a.k.a. the anti-trife equation, toss a coin to your ninja here on the spaceship. And as always, I'm joined by
Tatiana King, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as Gucci Mane DeLorean, Sean Jean-Luc Picard, Beretta Scott King, the Ting of the North.
Okay. Kept it quick and simple tonight.
Quick and simple.
All right, we're going to get through this. We are back. It's another episode. Thank you all for joining us, as always, here on the For All Nerds Show. Oh, it's been a lot going on. You know, we doing 2 shows a week right now.
More than that, technically.
Yeah, I mean, we actually about to announce something and let people know, because we've been telling them about. But yeah, basically right now, just the things you already know about. We got 2 shows a week, and your boy is exhausted.
Yeah.
To let you know. And it's a lot going on out there. But first, let's talk about our 2 shows a week, because we have our WandaVision MCU podcast, Views from the 616.
Ooh. Fire. Views from the 616 is our MCU focused podcast. As Ben Ami said, right now we are doing all things WandaVision. We are doing the deep dives and the Easter eggs and all that stuff. If you've been listening, you already know how wild and deep we go into it, and we help you learn a few things as well. And as we had said before, maybe a couple episodes ago, we are going to continue this. So when the Falcon and the
Winter
Soldier come out, we're going to be covering that as well. Still same type of deep dive. You know how we do. We have it together. We're, again, one of the best, if not the best, MCU focused podcasts out there.
The blackest.
Definitely the blackest.
And as I've seen in recent days, there's some other black people out here just completely misrepresenting what it means to be a geek.
Are you serious?
I mean, certain people who ain't, who need to stop gatekeeping and gatekeep their way into a barbershop, is out here looking real bad.
Ashies. I don't speak on Ashies. So
Ashies. Yeah.
I seen that, and I promptly, what do you say? You pre-block someone, like
Night of the Living Ashies.
Just pre-block them just in case they say, they're gonna have to say some wild shit to you. But yeah, I try not to pay attention to that, especially because it's Black History Month. We don't have time for that in Wanda Maximoff's internet. We don't. So
in the year Monica Rambeau.
You know what I'm saying? But yes, we are, as Ben Ami said, we have the 2 podcasts out. Views from the 6 drops every Monday.
Views from the 616.
Views from the 616.
Sends a chill up your spine when you say it.
Drops every Monday, and of course, For All Nerds typically drops every Thursday, and we talk all things in the world of geekdom and pop culture.
And it is a lot going on in the worlds of geekdom and pop culture. I mean, is it time?
I think it might be time.
All right, it's time.
It's Black History Month.
It is Black History Month. We was not going to let Black History Month go through without making this announcement. So let me wipe away the tears, choke back some depression. And yes, folks, we've been talking about this since almost Black History Month of last year.
Damn, has it almost been a year?
It's been a year, This is what people talk about when they talk about things are in development. Like things take time. Wow. And So yes, a while back, it was not been a year, but it's been a little minute. We've been, we were introduced to a company called Echoverse, and we've been doing some work with them, and now we have a few things we can announce.
Yeah, we're actually in the middle of 2 development deals right now. We are.
Wait, slow down. Put some, gunshots and fire on that right there. All right.
We have 2 development deals, y'all. We are working on 2 original scripted podcasts. One is called Cabal, and the other one is called This Is Kinda Effed Up. I'm going to give y'all the censored version.
This is kind of fucked up. I'm going to give y'all the real version.
But yeah, so we, definitely, I don't know how deeply you want to go into it. You just want to tell everyone to go to the site and check it out.
I mean, they can definitely go to the site, echoverse.com, and just a little bit into it, I guess. Both of these deals are for scripted podcasts that we're working on with Echoverse. We're developing them right now. Cabal is more of your traditional, I guess you would say, episodic story-driven podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And This Is Kind of Fucked Up is going to be a deep dive podcast into various topics in geek culture that are kind of fucked up.
Yeah. So we've been keeping up under wraps for a long time, but we've been working on it for a long time, continue still working on it. And we can't wait for you all to see the fruits of this labor, this ongoing, really, really fun labor, but something that we are really proud of. And we know that without the experiences of ForAllNerds and everyone believing in us and all that, we wouldn't be here. So just wanted to share that with you all. And thank you so much.
Word up. And we'll be talking about it more. You can go to echoverse.com and check it all out over there. Shout outs to Mark Stern. Shout outs to JP Alanis.
Yeah.
My man Big Ben over there.
Yeah. The other Ben.
The other Ben. Yeah. The other Ben. Ben Chodos and Nick Garland. We've all been working with them very closely, as well as a few other people over there.
Mm-hmm.
Developing these things. And I guess we really can't say too much more about Cabal, No.
So you go to the website, echoverse.com, check it out, read more about what's on their slate as well, because they have a lot of amazing projects on deck. And like I said, we're just really excited for you all to hear all this and,
eventually see too.
So keep your fingers crossed, keep supporting. We really appreciate y'all. But there's still more news in Black History Month that we got to talk about.
What's next?
Well, not only are we working on 2 podcasts, but we're also going to be launching.
That's really 4. I mean, now that we've said 4. It, we can actually say it. Yeah.
Shit. Well, 5. I mean, I feel like we just keep making a new podcast every week.
Gotta do it.
But in conjunction with Black Girls Create, we are. We've been developing this podcast, or really this video series called Things We Imagined. It's going to be on our YouTube channel, ForAllNerds TV, and it's going to star our very own Portia Patterson-Hearst and Bayana Davis of Black Girls Create. Excellent. So like I said, joint venture. We're really excited about this. The girls, the women are going to be talking about to authors. So particularly authors in sci-fi, fantasy, and even beyond those genres. So what we have so far, stuff we're working on, looks incredible. The conversations that they're having with the authors is fucking dope. And can't wait for that to drop. I think it launches next week, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, all I gotta say is make sure.
Damn, next week we dropping that on them?
It's so much going on. So I'm just let me think about this. But the point is, make sure you are subscribed to ForAllNerds TV on YouTube. That's youtube.com/ForAllNerdsTV. And then make sure you click that little bell or whatever they have to make sure you get your notifications for when we release new videos and go live and all that stuff. But really excited about this series. And like I said, it's all video, all visual. So you can be able to see all your beautiful Blackness and melanated peoples. I'm so excited. And also, we are launching another video series.
Another one
featuring our very own gaming editor, Uncolored P. He's Uncolored P on Twitter and I think everywhere else, but on Twitter particularly. His video series is going to be focused on gaming. Also on our YouTube channel. He's also going to be doing live streaming of gaming. That's going to be coming to our Twitch channel. And the very first installment is up right now. It's, again, youtube.com/ForAllNerdsTV. And in this first episode, he's talking all things about Sony's PS5 DualSense controller.
Nice, which is a beautiful, beautiful controller.
And I definitely encourage everybody, especially if you're into gaming, hit up our gaming playlist that's on our YouTube channel, because Uncolored Page, that's his other name, but Uncolored P, he has so many incredible videos of other games that he's played. And like, I mean, he really knows what he's doing. He really knows his stuff. And he is not like a comic book guy or a gatekeeper or anything like that. Like, that's one thing about everybody on our team. You know, you're not going to hear no ashiness out of us. So that's why you got to make sure you are subscribed and watching our content with a B.
Yeah, facts. And just we need another word, man, because what we do is more than content and you know, and more than content. Because like I've seen people talk about that lately, and I've never been a fan of that word content. I always felt like no, I never was a fan of content. I never was a fan of project because I felt like it devalues the art. You know, like especially me, you know, I come from DJing. I come from the era of albums, you know, LPs, like physical, like, and what a whole album is, you know what I mean? And like putting a dope album together, you know what I mean? Like we're beginning to end sequencing, each song going into the other. That's why I never was a fan of when people started doing playlists and just taking, you know, songs and just throwing them all. I mean, it's cool if you can make a dope ass playlist and you got a flow to it, you know, if you make your own album. But that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of lost art lately is, you know, kind of way I feel like when people just call it content, you know, because it's more than that. Like, we put our heart and soul into this shit. It ain't just content, you know, and it's not just content.
So what name would you give it?
Oh, what we do is artwork. You know, I don't know.
Artwork.
Edutainment. You know, that's what I always like.
Edutainment.
Yeah, that's an old one. That's what KRS-One used to call hip hop edutainment. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, because he's like, it's entertainment and it's educational. You know, that's how I feel about it. That's all I always wanted. You know, or what, you know, rest in peace to Combat Jack would always say. You know, our show isn't about, like he would say, Combat Jack show isn't about hip hop as much as it is about showing people the keys and the pathways to success.
The art of people.
Yes, because you get to start seeing, you know, with like in all the interviews, like last week we had our partner Mello Brown up on here, and, you know, you saw his pathway. You know, we've had, I mean, you know, you can go down the line and how many people we've had on here and all the different fields they work in and all the different paths they've taken to get to where they are. You know, you've seen our journey, you know, like you've seen us start from, if you've been here since the beginning, being terrible ass podcasters to going all the way to where we are now, you know, developing 5 podcasts a week.
I mean, that's what we do. And I completely understand your sentiment, agree with your thoughts. I'm still calling it Bontent. I love the word.
I love that word too. I'm
still doing that hashtag Bontent.
Yeah, I can't lie. I love that word. I can't lie. I love that word.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just to summarize again, we got Views from the 616, our MCU focused podcast. You know, you're listening to it right now. For All Nerds, which is all about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. We also have Things We Imagine video series coming on our YouTube. We have the Uncolored Page, Uncolored P gaming series coming to our YouTube, and also gaming streaming coming to our Twitch. And we have
TV/ForAllNerds.
Twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. We got the 2 development deals on deck. What don't we got going on? So we're busy people, but at the same time, we do this for the love. Like, we do this for y'all. We do this because we enjoy this. And again, we can't say it enough every week. We appreciate you. Everything from the shares to the subscribing to the following to the Patreons, everything y'all do matters. Thank you so much.
I guess that's everything we got going on right now. We do have some more stuff we got announced a little later on in the episode. But for now, I think we just gonna take a quick break right here and we're gonna be out. But we'll be back.
We'll be back. Should be back. Tired of virtual conventions that leave you feeling like you're on the outside looking in? It doesn't have to be that way. On February 20th through the 21st, we invite you to be a part of a brand new experience in virtual sci-fi and comic conventions at VirtuousCon. We've created a virtual space that looks, feels, and functions like an in-person convention so that you can experience everything a con is supposed to be about. meeting and interacting with the artists and the fans that you love. There are no YouTube or Zoom links at VirtuousCon. Everything happens live in the virtual space. Come browse our virtual floor show, meet over 50 amazing artists face-to-face, and support their work. Interact with our panelists and ask your questions live on our virtual stage. Special appearances and guests include Tony Award winner and Disney legend Anika Noni Rose, New York Times best-selling authors L.L. McKinney, Daniel Jose Older, Stephen Barnes, and Tanana Reeve-Dew, and indie creators John Jennings, Roye Okupe, Kwanzaa Sayafo, Dax Explanation Point, and Robin Smith. We're also excited to have DC Comics and Subsume Media as sponsors and vendors at our event. VirtuousCon is free for attendees. Visit virtuouscon.com, that's VirtuousCon.com to sign up. Then join us on February 20th and 21st for the ultimate sci-fi and comic culture convention experience.
What's up, y'all, and thank you for joining us yet again for this episode. Make sure you are watching us on twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. And I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who has been watching us. Our WandaVision review is every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Our MCU review, because right after WandaVision, we going right into Winter Soldier. I can't believe y'all's even asking that. Like, we going to ignore the show with the black person in the title. When is that going to happen?
It's MCU focused podcast. So all of the shows coming out on Disney, potentially going forward, all the movies, like everything.
We gonna do Black Widow too.
Yeah,
I know. But yes, thank you to everybody who joins us for that. Twitch.tv/ForAllNerds, Mondays at 1 p.m. and then Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can catch the regular show. And the chat has just been popping. People coming in there just talking theories, talking all this geek stuff. It's just beautiful. So thank y'all so much. Twitch.tv/ForAllNerds.
Yeah, we be up in the chat too, like talking live, like
heavy.
Discussing with y'all, all that.
Heavy.
I be banning people. It's great. So.
Yes. Yeah. Don't come in there with no spoilers, y'all, because
don't come in there crazy, because I will delete your message with quickness.
and like, I understand, like that's the thing, man. I understand if you got a theory, I have no problem. But when you've seen something, because there might be a leak out there or something, and you come in like, yo, this is spoilers. I'm gonna think you've seen something. So we mean ahead of time,
y'all. We don't mean like stuff that from that episode, because clearly we're talking about that episode. We're talking about stuff that like it.
I don't even watch previews. You know what I mean?
Anything that's dealing with the next episode, don't talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Don't talk about that shit. Like, especially if you was sitting in Kevin Feige's house or some shit. Like, we don't want to hear that shit. Like, don't.
Man came in with that. And like, thing is, the person was just talking, they didn't know anything. They were just talking off their head, but they said, spoiler! And so I'm thinking they know something, just say, yo, I'm thinking this theory. And I'll be like, all right, cool.
I know you mean well, but don't. I have the sword emoji on my name for a reason. I will ban you.
Cut you.
I didn't ban that person, but I'm just saying.
Nah.
I will ban you.
I don't think we banned anybody yet. Hopefully we won't have to.
It's coming. I feel it in the
Yeah, as we grow, it's gonna have to happen. I understand. Real quick before we get into this walk, yo, shout outs to everybody down in Tejas, down in Texas, my home state, man, Houston, Dallas, Austin, Galveston, all y'all everywhere, San Antonio. I mean, on down the line. I could start naming real small towns, but we won't get into all that.
Yeah. I got peoples and family in all of those. Houston, Austin, Dallas, like you said, like wild.
Yeah, and all kind of through Texas, through New Orleans. I mean, anywhere in that, that area, I got people. So shout out to everybody. My own family right now is down there without power. My man Zev, he listens to the show. I think he said some of his family is without power down there. My man Andrew, I know Ashley, my other, that's like my all three of them are like my brothers right there. And I'm shout outs to all their families, Miss Dicey, everybody. I hope y'all are good, because man, it's
Yeah, this shit is wild. America is ghetto.
Dog.
There was a tweet that said America is a third world country wearing a Gucci belt.
Yeah, the one that got me was when said we got. I mean, but Tupac said this. We got money for wars, but can't feed the poor. I just don't know where else to go, but
it's not looking too good. So I mean, if you're angry, you're rightfully angry. If you're not angry, you need to be. And whatever you can do to help. I know I'm looking out to see if I can send some supplies or help or something. It's just like when it's stuff like that, when it's like electricity, it's just like, damn, what can you do? But for what I can do, I'm gonna try to do if it's money or, again, like I said, giving you food or just general supplies just to make sure y'all make it. I will do that. And if y'all know of any large initiatives, let us know. Or if you want to help us make an initiative, we gonna do that because we just want to make sure everybody is good. Shit is wild.
Word. And if any of our listeners need some help, hit us up, let us know. We'll figure out what we can do because we gotta. Sadly, that's what it's come to. Like I heard that the GoFundMe, CEO put out an op-ed last week, like, yo, we need change because it's effed up. And people are like, if this person who sees all of the GoFundMe stats is saying it's effed up, we don't really know how effed up it is here, and we know it's effed up.
It's super effed. Like a bulk of GoFundMe campaigns are for like healthcare.
Yes. And so if they're saying this is not sustainable, then we, Lisbon, that's what I hear. I hear Lisbon in Germany.
I don't look,
bam. I might be live broadcasting, you know what I mean?
No place is perfect, particularly in this world right now, especially with white supremacy and all sorts of stuff and racism. No place is perfect, but that being said, right here it's not looking that good. So, anyways, on to positivity. Anything you can do to help, please help. And like we said, if you need assistance, please let us know or let someone else know to tell us, and we will do everything we can.
Word up. All right, and on to some other positive stuff because all is lost. It's time for one of my favorite segments, the Guac is Extra.
WandaVision.
Oh, man, yeah. Shout out to Views from the 616.
Shout out to Agnes.
Yeah. Shout out to Men in Black as well. But yes, it's time for the Guac is Extra, the geekwitly asked questions, where we answer any and all questions. They don't even have to be geekwitly related or geek related, however you want to say it. But all you got to do is hit us up, contact@ForAllNerds.com, or hit us on the Twitters, the Instagrams, @ForAllNerds, and let us know what your question is. You know what I mean? Whatever's on your mind. If you got a theory about WandaVision, as long as it ain't like 50 million pages long, and we didn't already talk about it on the show. But love, no, that was a great theory. Shout out to the person who sent out that theory this week. We're not reading that long theory on the show, but definitely a great theory. We definitely discussed this already on WandaVision. Yes, we do believe some of that is true, that there is some type of harvest and it has to deal with weakening the bonds of the multiverse. So great theory. Yes. And the Buffy references, we've been discussing those as well. Even though I've never seen Buffy, and the less said about the creator, the better.
Wow.
So,
let's go into the Guac.
Real quick though. I mean, look at that man. Like, look at this man. Like, the fact that he even got to hang around beautiful women, right? And that's the thing. He could have had all these beautiful women because he's super popular in Hollywood at the time, right? Super. So he could have had anything he wanted. But the fact that this man had to be trash, because look at this, Charlie Brown looking motherfucker.
Look at the material. Look at the material. Look at the fucking material.
But it's like you had it, and you still squander it because that's not enough. You got to be. You can't just have people willingly give you something. You have to take it.
Most lottery winners lose it all.
On to these broad questions. That was.
This is just the truth. These are just the facts.
You just held that man up and.
What do you want me to do?
Two-pieced.
Okay, the first question comes from CTS Change to Survive. They write, can we get a list of Black superheroes we haven't heard of and need to check out?
God damn!
Well, I'm going to say this really quickly because...
my shelf?
Right, look at his shelf. Everything on Ben and Me's shelf. But we've mentioned him before. We've mentioned him on Views from 616 podcast. Blue Marvel I don't think a lot of people know about Blue Marvel. I just relatively recently learned about Blue Marvel because of DJ Ben-Ami.
Okay, well, Adam Brashear, and I've been getting that wrong because I thought it was Bradshear, but it's actually Brashear, is the Blue Marvel. He is a super scientist and super powerful. He's actually, I just found this. I know he's like a damn near Superman levels of power, but he's actually a living antimatter. Like, I don't know what that exactly means. I don't know if he does, but it means my man got mad power, and he's also super smart. So Blue Marvel is recently featured in this book, The Ultimates by Al Ewing. You can get it on like sites like Comixology, and it's also been released in trade paperbacks from Marvel. And it's fire. It also features Captain Marvel, both Captain Marvels, Carol Danvers and Monica Rambeau. One of my favorite characters, Miss American, who's a Dominican, Puerto Rican, I'm not sure whatever you want to call her, Latinx, because she's more interdimensional than she's from either of those places. She's actually an interdimensional traveler, so she's not from this earth, but she represents Latinx. She's queer. And The Ultimates is just a dope series about these super powerful characters taking on the biggest threats that the Marvel Universe has. So it's super ill. I would definitely say that. There's so many, it's like, and I don't know exactly what the person hasn't read.
Yeah, we don't know what you don't know. Like, I don't know if Nubia is like obvious or you don't know anything about Nubia.
Or what's the other one recently? Damn it. See, and I can't remember her name. It actually got a series from Ava DuVernay. They got a pilot episode. It's from DC, and I can see her face, and I can't remember her name. But one that I've been Naomi, yes, super ill, and the art in Naomi. The art, I love my god! I think the guy's name is Jamal Campbell. That motherfucker is a monster. He also has this book, Far Sector, which is about this Black Green Lantern woman. That's really dope. That's about to end. I think that should be 12 issues long. That's really fire. It's a new Black Green Lantern, new female Black Green Lantern who's off in the furthest sectors of the universe, and she's dope, and the art is just stupid insane. Because we've been talking about Young Avengers, I do want to say, because I haven't mentioned in a while, and I just think it's one of the best fucking books ever, is Wicked and the Divine. It's a book featuring a multicultural, multiracial, multi-everything, and it's just one of the illest books you'll ever read, and you don't need to read any other comics to get into it. It's not connected to anything. So The Wicked and the Divine, I would definitely, big time.
I mean, this is from a major, but I feel like not enough people give her love. Bumblebee. Bumblebee from Teen Titans. Black woman. Vixen. Like,
the Static Shot series is now. I know a lot of people know it, but that's now on HBO Max, so you can check that out a lot easier than before.
And they're actually working on a reboot.
Yeah, the whole Milestone Comics comes back like the week of my birthday, this fucking month.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Milestone Comics is finally back.
You know what else I heard? No Black outlets are reviewing it right now. I wonder why we haven't gotten any information about that.
Wow, that's interesting. Well, I mean, it is a few weeks out still.
We are media. We get stuff a year ahead of time, so I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that yet either, because I haven't seen no hide, no hair either. But hopefully it's good. I love Milestone back in the day. It's one of the greatest comics ever. Oh yeah, and this is a perfect time for us to do this. We need to shout out our people's Joe Illidge, George Cremona the Third. I didn't know he was actually George the Third, but big and tough.
George the Third. Whatever.
Yes, I like that. The Third, George the Third. I'm gonna start calling you that every time I see you now. George the Third, and my man Demetrios F. Because I'm not gonna butcher your last name, because that's my people's owner of Anyone Comics. Oh, I got some secret news about them. Congratulations, real quick. And let me just say that to them as well.
Oh.
Yep. I don't know if I can announce that yet, so I'm not.
Wait,
but,
just hold on.
Shout out to y'all. But what I can announce is they just published the Access Guide to the Black Comic Book Community 2020 to 2021. The cover of this joint is so fire. It's got Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa Osefo, yeah.
There we go. Yep.
A Black fame.
The
Black comic book. Of course he's Black, but I mean the book.
with the art by Chris Cross and Andrew Dahlhaus. And the Access Guide to the Black Comic Book Community is actually a guide that will it's like basically the green book of 2021. helping you find Blackness in the world of comic books.
It's going to introduce readers to Black comics creators, publishers, and even retailers. So, we always say, support your local comic shop. And sometimes y'all might ask us, well, do you know any Black-owned comic shops? This guide will help you.
So beautiful, man. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to everybody else over there. George III, Dimitri. Shout out to Anyone Comics. Once again, we shout them out damn near every week. But if you're in New York City, anywhere else, they deliver nationwide. But hit them up at Anyone Comics on Twitter, on Instagram. Great local comic shop. And as you can see, they're doing initiatives like this that need to be supported. So
yes. And the book dropped February 17th. So it's available now.
It's available now. Go cop that. Comics I cop.
There you go. All right. Thank you for that question. So the next one comes from Kiana Hawkins. They write, I want to know, this is WandaVision, okay?
Yep.
I want to know, how did Wanda end up at that location after the blip? What's so special about that area? Was she summoned there? Can you make a chart? And then here's the other part I'm just laughing about. Can you make a chart of all the WandaVision themes for each week? The TV show and eras based off of the musical history, etc. I'm going to work my way backwards, Kiana. Did you listen to the top of the show? You hear all that stuff we doing, girl? And I'm in this, I say girl, I don't know if your pronoun is, but did you see all that stuff we doing at the top of the show? I don't know if we could do that, but
I would love to.
I would love to.
That shit would be fire.
If we can find someone that maybe convert our copious notes into something that is legible and readable and all that other stuff, then
and a graph,
and graph it out, we'll probably do that.
Man.
As far as if we personally can do it, I'm not going to promise you anything, to be quite honest with you.
Man, you'd have me. It looked just like that Sunny in Philadelphia meme, like scratchy ass lines and shit.
Like these are all my notes right here in my hand. Like I have front to back printer paper. Like it's wild. So I don't know. I'm not going to say no. I'm just saying I'm not promising. But we'll see what we can do.
That's tight.
But as far as the question goes, with Wanda, when it comes to WandaVision and Westview, New Jersey, how does she end up in that location after the blip? What's so special about that area? Well, first, she didn't. So the way they try to make it seem is Wanda went and got Vision's body first, and then she went to this area. So it's not like she bamfed into this area.
Did she? That's also questionable.
That's questionable.
I thought that the anomaly had started like before. I think the way they said it, I think the way they said it, I think that starts, and then because he was like 9 days ago, but the thing had been going for 3 weeks at that time. I think, don't.
So WandaVision takes place 3 weeks after the events of Endgame.
Yeah, and
everyone has been back for like you said, Monica's been back for 9 days or something like that.
No, Vision had whatever. Yeah, I don't know. We can't do this right now.
We're not gonna do our MCU podcast right now, but the point is, whether or not Wanda, again, like I said, bamfs there, or she decided to just take a stroll over to Westview, we don't know.
Dottie the Devil summoned her there.
Right.
That's my theory.
That's one theory. Two, if you want to go like from the books, her and Vision end up in a place called, which is actually real, Leonia, New Jersey. They have an actual house there in one story.
Mm-hmm.
And Leonia is basically the approximation of Westview here, so it could just be story driven.
Yeah, pretty much.
Any other thoughts of why?
No, other than that, like the other reigning theory, the two reigning theories that I have is that Dottie is either Mephisto or Dottie is Emma Frost, and people have said Westview is like so and so that far from Westchester, where the X Mansion is at, and so
that's Westchester, Connecticut, though, right?
I thought it was like upstate New York. I thought they always called it like upstate New York in the comics. I have no,
it is. You know why? Because upstate New York is like a different country to me. So
I know, and
I'm from New York City, bro.
Sam,
Brooklyn.
As somebody who grew up in Houston, I thought that shit was like right outside of Manhattan. You know what I mean?
Nah. You might as well be in Canada, bro.
So. I know now, but then I had no clue. You know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, okay, it's
Listen.
Yeah.
Tells you how how much geography of New York State that I know.
That's what y'all don't go nowhere. That's what it is with y'all. Y'all when y'all go anywhere, y'all leave here. Y'all don't like go like if you're in Texas, like in Houston, we go to Dallas. We go, we drove all over Texas. You know what I mean?
The closest I've been to upstate was driving through it to go to Canada. So.
That's what I mean. That's what y'all do.
Sorry.
Yeah. Y'all stay in y'all borough and then y'all go out of state. That
and
is
then
all
y'all
y'all
just
do.
leave the whole,
Y'all
go
leave the
over
whole
to the
state.
West Coast or something.
Yeah, that's all y'all do. Y'all be in your borough your whole life, and then y'all go to LA.
We're stuck in our own version of WandaVision, right?
Yeah, facts.
Oh boy.
New Yorkers are wild, Joe.
Yeah. So hope that answered your question, at least half of it. Kurt Cash. The next question comes from Kurt Cash, aka Juice Wayne. Instead of Bruce Wayne. Stop it, Ben. That crowd was hilarious. All right, the question goes.
Man, where's Maze at, yo? Shout out to Maze.
Yeah, Maze,
I miss you, brother. Yeah,
now you miss him. Before you was so angry with him every week.
No, I was never angry with him.
Furious.
I was never.
You were furious at one point. Like this is stupid.
And it was just bad. I never called it stupid. I never said it was stupid. I said it was bad.
He never said stupid. He said
I said it was bad. Yeah. I said they were forced.
He was highly annoyed. He was highly annoyed.
They were just forced. He was forcing it, but come on. Like, Juice Wayne.
Juice Wayne writes,
Oof.
What fictional black character from any medium would you like to meet in real life? They said their answer is triggering.
Wow.
Did they even put their answer?
No, they did not put their answer.
Okay, yeah.
I guess they just knew that it was.
They knew not to. Well, at least you knew the sense of that part. But
yeah.
Fictional black character in any medium I want to meet in real life. Storm, my nigga.
I don't know.
Storm.
What can she really do for me?
You said what she could do for you? Is that all you thinking about? What she could do for you?
Look, nigga, if I'm meeting a fictional character, I need to really make this,
Well, I mean, my thing is, if they meet us, they're gonna be fam. So I mean,
yeah, no, I get that part, but I'm like, what's Storm gonna do? Like, make the weather better for me. All right, that's nice, but I'm
if you're going by the movie, she'll make you a cup of ice.
Great, wow, technology. Sorry, I'm not up on modern technology.
Lord have mercy. But yeah, what
damn portable ice maker.
Static Shock, Virgil Hawkins. We talked about him earlier. I would like to meet him. What is your problem?
I'm just like
trying about what these people can do for you.
Yes.
I want to meet them for their personalities, bro.
That's the problem. Like, there's no black beyonder. You know what I mean? I need somebody who I can meet who've been like, Ben, now you have power too. And then I'm
happened on December 21st. You missed it.
I know.
We have powers. You ain't heard the news?
War Machine ain't even built as Ironheart.
Yes, I want to
meet
Ironheart.
I want to meet Ironheart, and then she can make me a suit.
You want to meet Lucio from Overwatch?
Wow.
You might as well meet the nigga. That's your main. That's your main.
That was a low blow.
You want to meet your doppelganger? Come on, sir. You know that character model was after you.
Now, once again, I'm going to get that tweet where everybody sends me with the black DJ who's dancing, and everybody's like, oh, look, this is Ben. And I got to mute.
So old, y'all.
I know, yo. But you don't say cats still be sending me that year after year, like, oh, I thought this was Ben. I'm like,
the internet is a circle.
Yes, a terrible one. A circle that going down the drain.
Would you like to meet Laura from Wicked and Divine?
Oof. Reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that'd be nice.
Or what about if you want to do something fictional but not cartoon or comic related? What about someone from Insecure? Like Molly.
No.
I wouldn't want to meet Molly.
No.
I wouldn't get along with Molly.
And no. And none of those characters. Yeah. I mean, if I could time travel, it'd be like meeting Denise Huxtable. That'd be great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's your girl.
Yeah. I mean, come on now. But that's every, that's but they did say from any medium.
Any medium.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman.
As?
Bruce Almighty. Evan Almighty.
God. So you want to be him as God?
Yes. I want the powers. Yeah. Y'all just keep forgetting where this always ends for me.
But my thing is, just because you meet him don't mean he gonna give you anything.
Facts. But
especially
then again,
especially if you're talking about Black God, he's gonna teach you a lesson. I
still get to meet Morgan Freeman, so it works out.
All right, babe.
Maybe
Morgan
he'll do a drop
playing
for
himself
me.
In a way.
DJ Ben Amin, at the very least I can get a drop.
You know what my dream is to have a drop from.
Oh my God! It's over when
a
we
drop
get that.
and him saying our names.
Yeah, it's
our
over.
Full,
yeah,
first, middle, last, all that. So
make
that happen, y'all.
I once had a drop from Young Jock, and it was just I never even got to use it
Damn.
Because it was on my man's, like my man recorded it, and then I never saw, pretty much saw it. It was one of them weird, circumstances. And
that's random.
Yeah, but it was so dope. He was like going on for like a minute. Talk about if you ain't got Ben Amin's tapes in your deck, you ain't got it was just
he was bigging up for real.
Yeah, and it's like, dude didn't know me from nothing, and he just went in on this dope ass drop, and I never got to use it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So those were good answers. So let's go to the next one that comes from Jada 8.9 or Jada 89, aka Chef Raekwon Division. They write, if Green Lantern or the Nova Corps wanted to recruit you, but you had to leave Earth right now for 5 years without telling anyone, would you do it? Hell to the nah. And the reason why, because you can't tell me I can't tell nobody. Like, I can keep a secret from the world, but not my own fam.
Yeah, that pretty much kind of excludes me too, especially like, I'm kind of good on that one, fam. Like, I don't know what, if you give me the ring, I don't want to leave Earth. What's the point? I want the ring here. Like,
and I think Ben and I have said it before. Like, if we get to a situation where we like have superhero powers, we might be villains. So,
or villains to a certain, set to the populace.
I will say I might be villain adjacent, and this is what I mean. I'm not gonna just do wild shit just for the thrills, right? Like, I don't want to see the world burn or nothing like that. You ain't got to worry about that. Am I gonna do things that may be selfish? Possibly. Am I gonna do things that I think is right, but it's very like single-minded, and other people may not agree with me? Possibly. Who gonna stop me?
Sounds like Cabal.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
No, I'm not. No, leave him for 5 years without telling him what. And once again, like, then what's the point? I'm out in space with aliens and shit. Like, that shit ain't fresh, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's not fresh.
Like, unless it's like some, Captain Kirk where you can, or Guardian of the Galaxy where you got hot, But other than that, it's like, even then, it's like, no. Like, if I got the ring, I want to floss. Right. You know what I mean?
Now, what if? Now, let me add on to this question. They didn't write this, but I'm gonna add on. What if everything was still the same? They came to get you, said you had to leave for 5 years. You couldn't tell nobody. But if you do it and complete it, you don't tell anybody. You get to fundamentally help your family, change something in their life, or change something to make them better. But you can't tell them.
Nope. Okay. Because I've already lost family members due to age, and et cetera, in 5 years, and I've also been in situations, like I said before on the show, I've been incarcerated, so nope. Like, and I had to do part of that without telling anyone due to circumstance. So no, it was the worst. And that type of shit is like, no, it's not worth it. We had a thought experiment while I was incarcerated. People were like, would you do this? Would you stay here another year if they gave you $10 million? And we're like, no. I mean, some people were like, yes. And I was like, fuck no, because it's just not worth it. And you don't know what can happen in that time. You know what I mean? And incarceration is just not,
Yeah. Now, if you limited it to just like publicly tell people, like, I don't have no problem keeping my secrets. Yeah, I'm out. But I gotta tell my family.
Yeah, I gotta tell people who I care about.
My mom and my dad, everybody, like, no, I gotta tell them. My sister and brothers, like, no.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I just don't see the point. Like, I'm back to it because, like, either one, you're in the Corps with a bunch of other Green Lanterns or a bunch of other Novas. Like, they don't need you, and it's really mad at you, and it's like that. And then it's like, you just another one with a ring, and it's like, oh, look at me in my ring, and it's like, I want to be on Earth, like, nigga, what? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you got a problem, fam?
So you want people to know that you Green Lantern? You're not even trying to keep it secret.
I mean, that's. I would never want Green Lantern because you can't keep it a secret. You know me. I always want like Flash, or Superman. I want Superman, but I would not be wild out. Like I always tell you, 5 championships. I retire. You know what I mean? Like I win the dunk contest. You know what I mean? I ball out at the All-Star games.
Never played an NBA before in his life.
Never. Suddenly,
but now all of a sudden he got drafted.
I mean, I'm in the, I'm Superman, so I'm yamming on everybody.
So you're just showing up to the All-Star contest. You're not even being drafted. You just
No. I mean, I'll get. It doesn't matter how I get there. You know what I mean? I get into the league. I ball out. Win 5 chips. Retire. Respect to Kobe and Jordan. Bron, call it a day, and then.
Ben gonna fly down to the Houston Rockets and say, "I'm on your team, nigga."
Yeah, I mean, if you the Flash, you can, come on, man. They taking you day one. Like, and I'm not even moving that fast. Just
they're
enough
going to change the rules. They're going to
no,
bar
but see,
you,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to bust their ass. I'm just going to bust their ass. You know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be Jack. Where they said, don't beat him too hard.
I'll be like the third or fourth best player in the NBA.
Like when Jack is in the race and he's going too fast and his family say, nah, just, make it like your opponent got a chance. You could still win. But.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even act like I was the best. Like, I'd play on a team with the best player. They'd be like, oh, we need this dude on our team. And I'd be like third or fourth best in the NBA.
You can live with that?
Yeah, because I wouldn't care. I just want to be chilling, That's what I wouldn't actually. If I had to, I'd find another way. I would just get paid. That's all it's about. You just want to get paid.
See? Listen. At least everyone listening to us, you all know our intentions. If we ever get powers,
get paid and do what I can to right some wrongs in the world. You know what I mean?
There we go.
That's about it.
Am I saving your cow at the tree? Probably not. That's on you, fam.
Nah, but am I, abolishing white supremacy as much as but then that turns into the whole thing. Then I got to go to war.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, it's kind of lightweight, villain adjacent.
Yeah, because then I got to just go into the White House, smack people around, That ain't working for, that ain't working for anybody, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
All right. The last question comes from.
Step back, Miss Harris, to Biden real quick. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that.
The last question comes from Indie Idealist, a.k.a. Agent of Fan, a.k.a. the Photon Don, a.k.a. Dr. Strains, Sorcerer Supreme, and Little Uzi Vision. Very good. So they write, Dear Fam, I don't know if you have seen this, but Little Uzi Vert is on his best Vision cosplay tip. Of course, we've seen it. We're ForAllNerds. You know how we do.
Come on.
And yes, he has his diamond-shaped gemstone implanted into his forehead. The third eye is worth $24 million. While certainly creative, one wonders if he knows how Avengers Infinity War ended. My question is, what comics, jewelry, or apparel do you wish was yours? No Infinity Gauntlet is too overpowered. Their pick is Spider Jerusalem's glasses from Trans Metropolitan. I have no idea what that is.
It's a comic book.
Okay.
Let
me talk about some of their ideas, such as other jewelry. Green Lantern's ring, the helmet of Naboo.
No.
Batman's utility belt, Spider-Man's web shooters, the orb of Agamotto, the Rocketeer's jetpack, Vixen's totem, Legion flight ring.
Mm. I'm not messing with the helmet of Naboo. That mess is a hot mess. That should be talking to you and all kind of shit. Like, Naboo is, not one to be played with. So that's off the bat, all right away. Yeah. I'm going to go with either, I don't know if Vixen's totem has any side effects, but I like that one. Being able to do any animal, that shit is dope. You can really get some illness with that.
I've never heard of side effects. That would be fire.
That's a fire one.
Jewelry or apparel. I mean,
once again, NBA 5 championships right away.
I would love all of Rogue's costumes from the X-Men, Fox X-Men.
You can wear her costumes. You can buy that shit.
Maybe, but I want that costume.
You want that leather jacket?
Yeah. I want that shit. I want that with the X-Men symbol on the back.
Fire.
I keep mentioning Storm, but her classic white costume, I definitely want that. The black one too, with the headdress. Lord have mercy. Pretty much anyone from Wakanda wears, I want that shit. All their jewelry. Oh, I actually have Kimoyo beads, like real life Kimoyo beads. If you watch the movie, they have these beads that they use to like do communication and all sorts of shit. And even the newer stories talk about them. But
I want that necklace that makes the suit.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
Excuse me. Yeah, definitely that. I want the necklace that makes the suit. I do not want web shooters. I do not want a utility belt. Rocketeer's jetpack, possibly, but no, I'd rather have Vixen's totem because then I could just fly like a bird. And, Vixen's totem right away because, once again, 5 championships.
You want the mother box? What about a mother box?
That's pretty powerful, but I think them shits are dangerous too. You know what I mean? Mother boxes always get corrupted and turn bad on you. And that's an AI on your pocket. It's a little.
And you're
much.
Not trying to get them sideways lasers on your ass, huh?
Yeah,
I'm not trying to draw that type of attention.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a boom tube open up over my house. And out comes Dark Side.
Anybody who holds that shit, here comes the boom tube.
Yeah, it's always bad. It's always bad. So, sooner or later, a boom tube shows up whenever our mother box is around.
Facts. But we have some real life apparel that's close to some of the stuff that you can get right behind me.
Yes, we do. And, related to this question and just to everything we've been doing, we actually are still looking for a Views from the 616 logo. So actually, if anyone out there is a designer, an artist, or anything like that and wants to work with us, hit us up, contact at ForAllNerds.com, because we are still looking for our official Views from the 616 logo.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, in between time, we have our Lil Vizzy, I guess I can say this on
you can
here.
say it on air, yeah.
WandaVision crossover design by the one and only Mr. Morris. By the time you hear this, we'll be live on tpublic.com/stores/ForAllNerds. And this is our design of little Uzi Vert sitting with Wanda and Bots braids on the couch. It's terrible and amazing all at once.
I call him Little Vision Vert. It's like you said, it's amazing. And it's like, oh my God, why did y'all do this? But
yes.
Shout out to Mr. Morris. He said he was inspired by us.
Yeah, and you'll see it on my chest very soon. Perhaps by the, I'll be able to get that before the last episode.
I'm actually going to get
perfect.
One too. Here's a piece of advice, because now we never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
If we put up a design and you're really thinking about it or feeling it, get it right away.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily TeePublic's fault, but there's a little thing called DCMA that is a fucking hater. And even though a lot of this shit is original designs, they just be hating and taking shit down. Like our beautiful Nawi design. Nawi is a great warrior from Lovecraft Country, got taken down out of fucking nowhere. Who knows why? But what we're saying is if we put up a design and you feeling it, please just get it while you can, because we have no control if it gets pulled down.
None at all. If we let you know something might be a limited edition, but sometimes we don't even mean for it to be limited, and it becomes limited.
Like that.
Yeah. So get the Lil Vizzy times Wanda shirt now on TeePublic, and also shout out to Mr. Morris on that, and shout out to my brother Stretch Sawyer, because we have a super limited edition. Stretch Sawyer is an artist. You can look him up. We'll be posting some of his comments on Comments I Copped on our Instagram this week. He's a comic book artist, and he has a series of these dope portraits of women from comics with motorcycles, because it's like two of his favorite interests are superheroes and motorcycles.
I thought you were going to say women and motorcycles.
I was just say superheroines, but I never liked that word, so and that's why I kind of stuttered on it. But yeah, superheroes and women and motorcycles. Three things that I love as well. I'm not really the biggest fan of motorcycles, but the first two,
I love motorcycles.
Well, there you go. All three of them are for you. And we have Mohawk Storm, which will not be called that on this site.
No,
yes.
You'll see it, but
you'll see it
different, because we trying to duck and dodge the lasers.
As long as they can, because this shit is amazing, y'all.
Yeah, it's
Jet
really
Sawyer
beautiful.
is such a fire artist. He'd already done a Carol Danvers, and I think he has a Miss Marvel joint too. I know he has Carol.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Miss Marvel one.
Yeah, and he has a Miss Marvel joint. We have those actually on our TeePublic store already.
Yep.
And now we're going to be adding this exclusive Mohawk Storm, my favorite storm, leaning up on this motorcycle. I mean, it's beautiful, y'all. Like, yeah,
it's fire. So, and this is not hyperbole when we say this shit. Like,
not at all.
For real.
No, it's stupid. It's really stupid. Black History Month is here, and we blessing y'all with 2 new designs. Thank you to Sketch. Thank you to Mr. Morris. Thank you to everybody over there who's helped us out. Chrissy, the bouncer, my man Chuck.
Collins.
Chuck Collins. Anybody else who's done the design for us, who's helped us out in any way. Once again, tpublic.com/stores/ForAllNerds. Get over there right now, because both of these designs are for a limited time.
Indeed. So that is the end of our walk. Thank you so much for your questions, all about comics and movies and a bunch of work on top of the work we already have. If you have questions,
you say they say graphs. I'm like,
if you have questions, or if you want to help us or answer a question that we asked, but if whatever you want to talk about, hit us up. It's contact@forallnerds.com. That's the email if you want to have some privacy, if you have a little longer question. Otherwise, you can hit us up on our socials @ForAllNerds. Every week, we always typically drop that frequently asked questions post where you can put your question. We can find it very easily. And of course, if you are on our Patreon, patreon.com/ForAllNerds, you are basically guaranteed a guac question. Just drop it in the chat, send us a message, and we got you.
I just have a question for you. What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Like, because we're doing our views from the 616, and we've been covering WandaVision, and we've been going in on themes. You know, today we said somebody sent us an email with paragraphs worth of their own theory. People been having theory after theory, and I think Winter Soldier and Falcon should be like a whole different type of show. You know what I mean? Where it's not going to have all as many, or the references will be to different things. It won't be like these TV references and this whole mystery of what exactly is going on.
This is true. It's a different type of story.
Yep. So it's like, I know we'll cover it, you know, and all that, but are you looking forward to that? Or are you like, you know, loving how WandaVision is?
Oh, I'm in love with WandaVision for real, for real. Like, I like the concept. I mean, it's pretty ingenious, this whole television episode concept. The fact that it's giving you weekly episodic, the fact that it's giving you new story and introduction to new characters, and even giving you deeper into the characters. We talked a lot about Monica and Rambeau and how well they're doing in terms of developing who she is as a person. So I'm loving it. And then as far as the Falcon and Winter Soldier, I love the combination. Like, they're doing that buddy cop couple type of situation.
Fam, that would, I mean, that Twitter account, I can't remember the name, where they had them, there's no logical heterosexual reason for these two men to be sitting this close
like, why
together.
are they like intertwined, their legs intertwined during therapy? I just thought it was cute. So
yes.
I'm with it. I'm with the banter. I just like to see I just like what everything's happening on Disney Plus is all the in-between time stuff. Like in between the giant tentpole movies, what's happening with these characters, or before certain events of movies, what happened with these characters. So that's why I'm really interested in loving all of it.
And then what happens when these two last episodes of WandaVision, because from what, you know, we heard this rumor earlier that the last 3 episodes were an hour each. But that doesn't seem to be the real case. But what we do think is going to be the case is the 2 last episodes will probably be a little bit longer than normal. And then the very last episode might be damn near a movie-length episode. So you're getting this movie, you know, we've already got 6 hours of WandaVision content, you know, which is like 3 Marvel movies.
And
right
7
there.
minutes of credits each episode.
Yeah. Well, there's that part.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this shit is just as big as the movies to me. You know what I mean? Like
it's I mean, you see the conversation, you see the energy, you see it's the number, as far as I've seen on like IG and other places, it's the number 1 show in the world, they say.
Wow.
I don't know how they get these metrics, but that's what they're saying. So, and I believe it. Like, it's an event in and of
it's
itself.
Marvel, you know what I mean? Like, they already had a lot on the film. So, of course, oof.
It's big facts. So, but I'm really excited about
Winter
Soldier. I'm excited to see how fucking Loki's my bae. I love Loki. The real Disney prince. And again, I just
Miss Marvel at the end of the year.
Man, in general, I'm just having fun.
Yeah,
like I like research. I like you said. I like doing the Sunny in Philadelphia type of shit, trying to figure out everything. Like it makes me happy. So I'm in it. I'm with it.
All right. Well, also before we get out of here, we got to do a real quick comment side. I lost the last part of that. That's Comics
okay.
I Copped, where we talk about all the different comic books that we're copping, which means anything that we're buying, reading, talking about, anything at all. Use the hashtag Comics I Copped, that's COPPED, on Twitter, on Instagram. And if you need any suggestions, just search that hashtag, follow that hashtag. You can follow hashtags on Instagram, and you'll see it every time somebody uses it. And that's how I get a lot of the suggestions for myself that I haven't read yet. And that's how you can get some for yourself. But I know you have a very special one that I'll let you announce first. And then
Yes. And this is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful work. So this comes from a friend of the show, Jamila Rouser, who runs the publishing company Black Jose Press.
You love to see it.
Which specializes in amplifying comics by and for Black and brown women. They have launched a Kickstarter for the project, The Saddest, Angriest Black Girl in Town.
Wow.
Now, this is actually an autobiographical comic. It's dedicated to exploring the intersection of Blackness and mental health, and it was created by award-winning cartoonist Robin Smith. You may know Robin from Nubia Real One and Wash Day, and two titles that I absolutely love. And again, just really just an ode to Black women, brown women, and what we go through in our lives, the uniqueness of our lives, and how we deal with the world and how we see the world. So the saddest, angriest Black girl in town. It was originally self-published by Robin back in 2016, and it was actually named as one of the best short form comics by the Comics Journal in the same year. So this Kickstarter is going to reprint this 32-page comic with new watercolor artwork, bonus process pages, and and the whole point of this Kickstarter is right now this comic has been out of print for so long, but we want to bring this to the masses. And I mean, and honestly, if you go to the Kickstarter right now, check it out. It's beautiful. I mean, really just haunting work, really. And I'm definitely going to be a backer of this. Again, it's called The Saddest, Angriest Black Girl in Town.
And put me down for one from ForAllNerds account as well.
You got it.
Yeah, I need that. That sounds like my autobiography right there without the girl part, saddest and angriest. Yeah,
it be like that.
I can relate.
It be like that.
Yes, and some other comments that I was typing earlier, I was talking about the Ultimates. I think I mentioned this by Al Ewing. There's 4 trade paperbacks, so it's like 24 issues long. Al Ewing is one of my favorite authors in comics right now. Right now, he is absolutely wrecking shit on this book, The Immortal Hulk, which is one of my favorite runs in comics in just forever. But before that, he was doing this book, The Ultimates, which I said before, features Blue Marvel, both Captain Marvels, Miss America, Black Panther. Am I missing anybody? I think that's about it. So ultra powerful, ultra smart, ultra technology-based heroes who are just trying to solve the biggest things in the Marvel Universe. Like in the first trade, the first thing they do is they go to Galactus, and instead of fighting him, they turn him from the World Destroyer to the Lifebringer, where now Galactus is like this golden color instead of the purple one you see up there. Yeah. And he goes around bringing life back to planets instead of eating planets. And that causes problems. You would think that solves problems, but that actually causes more problems. And it goes on from there. So it's about them tackling like the biggest, just illest, things you can imagine and things that you can't imagine in the Marvel Universe. Dope series. And if you want to see more of Monica Rambeau, if you've been loving her from that, that's something you could pick up that has her, just fire. And we've been talking about Blue Marvel a lot on Views from the 616. We're
praying that he shows up, huh?
Praying that he shows up on one more day, Tomorrow night, I'm up all night to wait. Trust me, I'm on that one. So hopefully he shows up and he's all through this joint. So check that out. If you're looking for Black superheroes, there you go right there.
Yes. And as always, we have to remind y'all, please make sure you are subscribed to ForAllNerds to make sure you're getting all of the goodness, the content, and the art, and all of the different adjectives and nouns you want to use about everything we do here.
The art. The grandeur.
Everything. Make sure you are subscribed to us on your favorite podcast platform. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, everywhere, my nigga, everywhere. It's just like I can't even name all of them. Like there's places we're on that I had no idea existed, but we're there.
True indeed.
Make sure you hit us up on the Twitch. We go live and stream, and as we said earlier, we're going to be bringing even more streaming goodness to you. That's twitch.tv/ForAllNerds.
Again, let me say that. Say that. Because I'm like, we've been doing the streams every week, and every week it's been growing and growing, and I'm just so happy. And thank y'all. Twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. Thank y'all so much, yo. It's so dope because when we started our Twitch stream, like, a few months back, it'd be 4-5 people in there at most, and it was desolate, desolate, it'd just be us, the 4 of us, like, talking and stuff. And now we got this WandaVision thing, and I can't even keep up with the comments. Like, them shits be flying by. It's beautiful. People are just in there discussing all kind of things.
That's my favorite thing when the comments just be scrolling by. Because, like, even though I can't read everything, it's like, this is great. This is so
like,
fun.
and you can scroll back and check it, and it's just, see that interaction. So every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. Also, shout out to our social media manager,
yes,
Chica. Thank you so much.
Chica, you are fucking fire. We love you.
Because the YouTube, y'all, go to youtube.com/ForAllNerds. I think is that right? Yeah. YouTube.tv/ForAllNerds, right?
YouTube.com/ForAllNerds TV.
Yeah. There you go. Woo, check it out because the thumbnails, everything, it looks like a real YouTube channel. I'm so proud. Like, I've always wanted this, and now it's looking all pretty and dope. And, you got we got the views from the 616 column. We got to put our, the Safe Negro pod up on there. We got to get some thumbnails for that joint done and get that joint all up on there so you can get all of our not Castle Black, that's another one. Get all of our Lovecraft Country reviews on YouTube as well. Yeah. It's beautiful.
And love to Luna, our sound engineer. Mm-hmm. We be getting on his damn nerves every week, but you love us. We love you too. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Tales in the Nova Realm, the fantasy podcast.
Yo, I love Luna. It.
Yep. We got to return to that because it's been a minute. Let us joust!